Hey, hey, hey. Woo! I'm in a mood. I'm in a mood. When I do my mood dance, I'm in a mood. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. As everybody starts coming on, I'm seeing, I love that. Mary King says off the cuff and no fluff. But I'm careful, very careful, especially today. I got to be careful. I got to be wise, so that I can stay on here. Okay, so let's just get this party started, as my friends say here. And for those of you that are new, welcome to Delora Off the Cuff. I was on here a year ago, had some issues. I was on Rumble. You can get me over there, Delora OBrien, The Gathering. You can check in the description for all kinds of links. TikTok at Delora OBrien. Have a lot of fun over there. Anyway, just hello to everybody in the chat. Hello to everyone that's just watching. What I do, my husband and I have The Gathering. That is our web address. You can subscribe, know when I'm going to come on, whether it's YouTube, Rumble, wherever it is. You can get notified of it that a day or the night before. But we do gatherings around the country. We're fulfilling a word that God gave us through Prophet Kim Clement in 2015. It came to pass. It's amazing. We're in awe. But what we do is these gatherings are expensive. So we have a couple of fundraisers. One of them my daughter put up for us, Jenna, and it's joyandcountry.com. I'm not going to go giving you a list of things, and we don't do that. Buy from here, go to there. We got a couple, and that's it. It feeds the gatherings, and it allows us to do what we do and what we're called to. So this is the newest. Let me tell you, this is gorgeous. If you don't know what a Gabby is where it comes in up here and then goes out a little bit, and you want to talk about flattering. It's teal, also comes in black and magenta. Look at this. It really isn't as blue. It's got some green in it. It's a real teal with like black specks in it, real stretchy. Beautiful, beautiful. It's called, let me get it here. Jenna got me notes. You're Worth It. This is in teal. Like I said, comes in black and dark magenta. Go to joyandcountry.com, and up at the top, it says Delora's Closet. You can find it in there, but you can go to the description, and it's there also. For those of you that know this, we can't keep this in. This is called Under His Wings necklace, but it's a silver wing, and it's got Psalm 91 here, and then it's got a jewel, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We can't even they go so fast, Jenna can't keep them in. So if you want it, you got to get it because it's going to be gone probably in a day. Both items are linked below, as well as Delora's Closet's linked below. Free shipping all the time. Instead of Amazon, I call Jenazon, because she gives free shipping. And if you're new and you've never ordered before, if you use the code WELCOME10, you'll get 10% off your first order. But today's the last day. You don't want to use that yet, probably. You want to do the sale first. Today's the last day for the annual spring sale. I thought it ended last night. It didn't. I messed people up and gave them the wrong information. It ends tonight at midnight. Spring sale, discounts up to 20%. Even if you go into sale, things are like, it costs there, and then you get another 20%. So you get double discounts on clearance. And you got to check this stuff. See, I don't know what's going on over there. Jenna knows this stuff, but that's what you have to do. Okay. Awesome. OTC. That's what we call it. It's not over the counter. It's off the cuff. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. You can follow me at TikTok at Delora OBrien. All my channels are in the description. Last night, we probably killed every religious spirit within 1,000 miles of where we are. We went in, called out things that we see in the church, the body and things. You got to go see it. That's on Rumble. That's last night. It was called the collateral damage of religion. So it was really, really good. My husband and I listened to it this morning. We went, oh, we said that. Oh, we said that. It was really interesting. You know, we're led by the Holy Spirit, and that's the way it goes. So, okay, let's get this party started. You know what this is about. I have to call it N.A.S.A. I'll call it, that's the acronym. It is pulling back the curtain. Some of this stuff you may know, some of this stuff you may not. Because I'll tell you something, I was pretty surprised actually with some of the stuff that is out there now that I went digging, man, and I found it. So let me explain to you what that word N.A.S.A. means. It means, I'm going to build this like I always do, to deceive in Hebrew. I also have and I couldn't find it, but I made I actually made a screenshot of showing how that red across there really looks like a snake's tongue. I put it coming out of the snake, and it means to deceive. So you figure it out. There it is right there. Now I want to go through members of N.A.S.A. The founders and the initial members of N.A.S.A. came from the country that is in Europe that was used to kill so many of people that live in Israel and those that did not at that time. It wasn't a bona fide state or country. But not to go down that road, if I say those words, or even if you put them in the chat, do not do it. If anyone does, Renee, you're going to have to get rid of them. But it was called Operation Paperclip. Yes. And I've mentioned these people many times to you guys, but I'm now going to get a little more down and dirty, like I said in the chat. And I'm going to give you some of the exact names of people and who they were. It is absolutely shocking. I could have done 100. I did about 7 or 8. I'd be here all day if I did this, but let me give you their names. These are people that came from that war and that country under that person and were brought here. And they are the ones that worked at N.A.S.A. and actually created it. Dr. Walter Schreiber, he was known for intravenous lethal phenol injections. Dr. Kurt Blom, K-U-T, known for biological weapon development. Eric Traub, he weaponized cattle plague at the request of HIMMLER. Major General Walter Dornberger was arrested by Britain and held in jail for 2 years. He was said to be a menace of the First Order, but then hired by the U.S. Army Air Force and then brought into N.A.S.A. Arthur Rudolph, operations director for the slave labor camp in WW2. Paperclip contract in Texas. George Rickhay, Rickhay, was also a manager in the slave labor camps. Kurt DeBus, DEBUS. This one is really, really special. He oversaw all of the rocket launches. And during his time at N.A.S.A., get this, he wore his SS uniform to work. And where was he working? At the JFK Space Center in Florida. So many more. Look them up. Hundreds, can't take the time. But those are the ones I found really interesting. So who are a few of the founders? I've said this before. It's worth saying again for those that have not heard it, and even for those that have heard it. Aleister Crowley, you know his name, Satanist, calls himself the Antichrist of the New Age. Jack Parsons, he created the satanic mass. L. Ron Hubbard, creator of Scientology, wrote Dianetics, believes and says we are all from aliens. Walt Disney, do I have to say who he is? He was best friends, BFFs, with Wernher von Braun. Many times met with him and gave him ideas for creating N.A.S.A. Did you ever notice? Well, let me do this next thing, and then I'll go back. Wernher von Braun was the German engineer and head, known as the head rocket scientist. He was one of the biggest people that worked with Disney that created N.A.S.A. And he was the main person. He was an engineer in Europe during that time, and then brought here into the United States. And he was brought here to head up Operation Paperclip and N.A.S.A. What is very interesting about von Braun, he was an Episcopalian, and it probably really did him in near the end of his life that he had to do what he had to do. He was also an FM, a free M, and he was under orders. That's what he had to do. And he was conflicted because he really was a man of faith. And so this is his gravestone. I showed you this before. He has, out of every scripture in the Bible, he puts Psalm 19:1 on his gravestone. And this is what Psalm 19:1 says. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Remember, he and Walt Disney were like this. I mean, if you read some of this stuff online, they were nearly inseparable. Well, this is Disney World. This is the logo for Disney World. What is that above the castle? Looks like a dome to me. Very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you an interesting, you don't see it often, and I found it, but I'm going to show you this about Operation Paperclip. This is some of them, okay, that were in both N.A.S.A. and the AMA. So let's look at the SS. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, you got to go look it up. I can't say it. Medical Corporation. That's the logo on the left. You see it? From 1930. Now go look at the logo of the AMA from 2004. Now look at the current logo of the AMA. And you will find it very interesting that current logo, you can look it up. That is the current logo, is a serpent on a stick. If I have to explain it to you, I don't know what to say. This is a huge part of what we're dealing with right now. From 2020, everything that comes out of that thing we dealt with, and then N.A.S.A., it's all intertwined. It's all the same people. I think you have to remember that every bit of information about space, moon, planets, the sun, just talking to Dennis today, they say that the sun's 93 million miles away from the Earth. It is unfathomable, these numbers. You know, we travel through space at 66,600 miles an hour. You got to listen. Well, look at these numbers. If you're a number person, you got to look them up. Now they claim to have 2 moon landings. They put a rover on Mars. Some of the most famous images that we see having to do with space all come from N.A.S.A. Some of the most famous quotes come from N.A.S.A. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Everybody knows that. They form much of our childhood. They've given us excitement for exploration. They've, in essence, groomed and programmed us for what we're living in today. Every picture given to you was given to you by N.A.S.A. If you go through from their beginnings to today, and I mean it, do this. Tell people to do it that don't believe anything I'm saying. Every year, the picture of the earth, the ball, the globe, is different because they were part of, I can't take any questions right now, so I'm not going to answer any if you have any. Whatever you're saying, please come back later and say what you're saying, because I'm going to lose my way if I do that. Okay, I hope you understand. Every photo is different from 52 years ago because it's a composite. It was drawn. If you really want to do some diving, go into Reddit, go into Quora, go into TikTok, and find some of the people that say that they did. I did 1972 and 1974. I drew it. So you have to realize they're all different. They're not photographs. They're composites that are drawn. Okay. I'm going to show you something. Some of you might have seen this. This is from the astronaut Buzz Aldrin. What he says when people ask him a question.
What was the scariest moment of the journey?
Scariest? It didn't happen. It could have been scary. Certainly.
Why has nobody been to the moon in such a long time?
That's not an 8-year-old's question. That's my question. I want to know, but I think I know. Because we didn't go there, and that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen, so in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why something stopped in the past that we wanted to keep it going.
Very interesting to me. Very interesting. When N.A.S.A. traveled to the moon this year, in 1960s, they had live photos. 2024, they don't have live photos. Now I'm going to explain to you why. We're hip. We're hip. That's what it is. We're hip to their stuff. Too many people are waking up. That's why they want to get rid of TikTok. Too many people waking up. Too much truth out there. They're about to lose their billions and billions every year that they get. So now they're off the moon. It's too much. Too many photos, too much. Now they're on Mars, the red planet. It's all rocks. Let me show you Mars. Very interesting.
I think NASA landed a rover on Mars 199 million miles away. You sure about that? You're sure they didn't just send a crew to Devon Island, Canada, and take some photos and do some editing? Some editing to give it that red planet tint? Some editing that others before me have matched up identically with Devon Island and photos they claim to be Mars? Photos so identical that they just have to be identical. And then what they do is they release photos like this to make you think, oh my goodness, there could be aliens or other life on Mars. And that takes the attention away from the fact that the photos aren't really of Mars. and then they got you because now you think they're covering up aliens instead of covering up the fact that Mars isn't a planet. Because if you look at what they claim to be a planet with your own eyes through an actual telescope or a P1000 camera, you see something much different. Because here's what NASA shows, and with a short video.
The Hubble Space Telescope just captured this new image of Mars in May 2016 as Earth and Mars approached opposition, when both planets are on the same side of the...
But if you decide to research yourself and explore what thousands of people see instead of the one government agency, you see Mars looks an awful lot like a pool light shimmering in water, and nothing like a planet. And then you dig even more, and you find plenty of evidence that NASA was at Devon Island.
A place that is barren,
Vast, intimidating,
you're rambling through areas that are quite dangerous, with isolated and remote and rocky, just like the surface of Mars. I think someday there will be humans walking on Mars, definitely. My guess is that the first people who land on Mars will say something to the effect, "Oh wow, this looks just like Devon Island."
Amazing, isn't it? Isn't it amazing? It just, I thank that man that's on TikTok. He's done his stuff. I mean, he got it from other people as well. But yes, Janine, exactly. He was, but please don't put that word in the chat, the N.A. and then the Z.I., because we will have issues. Okay. So this is the problem. I've lost people because of their love for outer space. I've lost people in my life because the cognitive dissonance, that's the first off the cuff I ever did, was about cognitive dissonance, because they can't take the truth and what they've programmed. They can't. It's like if their worth is tied to outer space, the worth is tied to N.A.S.A. They can't let that come in because it's going to really blow. It's like, the emojis. That's what happens. So they can't even consider it. They won't even watch this. What they do is they take me, and even though I speak the truth out of the Word of God, my husband and I have church services on Solomon's Porch on Sunday nights. No matter what we say, no matter that at the gatherings miracles happen, no matter that people get free from addictions, doesn't matter. See, they're going to pinpoint me to be just this that I'm talking about now, because the cognitive dissonance is so great. If they would just watch, the next thing I'm going to show you is really, really, really mind-blowing and says it all. Watch this.
Oh yeah, I can do that. Watch this.
It looks like this guy is grabbing a wire attached to the guy next to him. He's not grabbing air, and there is no reason why any of these guys would be wearing wires in space. Someone I know wondered that when I showed them this video. Believe me, you're going to be just like the person I talked to, because you will look for answers. You will look for ways to rationalize these things that I show you. Just understand, I've asked the same questions. Why, how, and what am I really seeing? This guy with the red shirt looks like his shirt is being pulled by a wire.
Look, the man that was pulling the wire in the first picture, and I can play this again, I probably will. He actually, his knee jerk is to look down. See what he did? He went, because he wasn't expecting it. I'm going to play it again, and I want you to watch it again. This, like this person said that's narrating, people will look for answers. There's a reason why that happened. There's a reason they're wearing wires. How would you, they're going to come up with things because the cognitive dissonance, it doesn't work for their brain. Let me play it one more time. Very short. Watch it again.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Watch this.
It looks like this guy is grabbing a wire attached to the guy next to him. He's not grabbing air, and there is no reason why any of these guys would be wearing wires in space. Someone I know wondered that when I showed them this video. Believe me, you're going to be just like the person I talked to, because you will look for answers. You will look for ways to rationalize these things that I show you. Just understand, I've asked the same questions. Why, how, and what am I really seeing? This guy with the red shirt looks like his shirt is being pulled by a wire.
You can't look. If you want to find the truth, you can find the truth. That's what it is. If you want to find the truth, you actually can find the truth. A lot of people don't want to find the truth. But so is it just me? Like, is it me and a bunch of others that are saying all of this, and we're really crazy, and I'm basing this on nothing, and I'm looking for things, and absolutely N.A.S.A. is telling us the truth about everything, including the shape of the world, the lands that there's no lands missing. No, this is all exactly as they say, and it's me, Delora, and some others that are saying this stuff. Is that so? Well, here is a Brevard County, Florida, meeting of someone that has had it with the lies. This is from last year. I could not find where this is on the docket right now. I will keep looking. Take a look at this.
Commissioners, today I'd like to bring to your attention a potential fraud on an enormous scale happening in your county. There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment. Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you. Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions. How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions. In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater? Now, what's really interesting is that they trained for spacewalks in an underwater pool with a complete ISS replica. Now, surely they aren't filming these spacewalks in an underwater pool and then editing them to appear if they're in space, because that sure would be something, wouldn't it? I'm calling on the Brevard County Commissioners to open a full investigation into NASA's fraudulent practices and use of taxpayer dollars. It costs NASA $3 billion per year to operate the ISS, and if they don't have a darn good explanation as to why they're faking these videos, I and the public would like a darn good explanation as to where our tax money is going. And if they are indeed faking the funk, it is our duty to expose and eliminate this fraudulent and astronomically wasteful ISS program. And look, I know what you're all thinking. The NASA is part of the federal government, and you're just county commissioners. Even if what I'm saying is true, what can you do? But let me remind you, not only is this happening in your county, as public officials, you have the platform and the ability to make a statement or hold a press conference, alerting the public, state, and federal authorities to investigate further. You have the power to start the conversation. Video evidence of everything I described today will be emailed to you all, and I truly hope we can get to the bottom of this. I look forward to the day that $3 billion annual budget is put towards our veterans, our homeless, maybe some of that mental health stuff the young lady just spoke about, and the revitalization of Brevard County.
I can't say it any better than that. He hit it all. The obvious reason, billions of dollars a year, billions, since 50s, added up, billions. And the budget keeps going up because of inflation, of course. But why does MSM and all of this stuff, what are they doing? Yes, they want the money, but they want to instill fear. See, fear is the most powerful tool they have. You keep people in fear, and you keep control of the money, and you have them. You can control. Look at billions on this world because of fear and money. Fear is what is Satan's greatest tool. Powers of darkness, if they can keep you in fear, they can keep you crippled. That's why they speak about asteroids hitting the earth. What are they saying? Why are they talking about asteroids hitting the earth now when they're saying it could be 10 years off and it's billions of miles away? Fear. Why do they speak about nuclear weapons? Fear. Anything that will provoke fear, they will try. If there's tractions to it, they monitor it. They monitor it with focus groups. They monitor it with people that watch their social media. If it's traction, it's getting a lot of response. Then what happens is it goes to the AP, Associated Press. Associated Press then disseminates it to all of the outlets that will run it. And then it becomes a thing. Just like the snake venom in our public water supply. Remember that? I spent days explaining to people. I had someone that worked in the public water supply and said it is nearly impossible to have it do that. But there are some truthers that made millions of dollars on water purifiers. Where is that now? Where is that? It's not working now. See, too many people got too smart. If they can convince us of something, they will. You cannot feed it, people. You have to shut down. Don't watch people that do that create fear. Don't watch them. I don't care if you love them. We have to stop allowing. You imagine I just went into the silent mode. I didn't do anything. We have to stop allowing fear to gain traction. We have to fight it at all costs, okay? Look, they convinced an entire world that hundreds of millions of years ago, two atoms, I don't know where the atoms came from, they banged together. And out of that Big Bang theory came trillions of atoms and molecules that created every animal, created all the trees. I don't know. Can you imagine that? And because of that, every day, millions and millions of stars are being created and millions of galaxies, and it's expanding. And how do you feel on a planet that's this big in the middle of trillions of miles and trillions of this and that? You feel like you're so insignificant. Why even live? Well, bingo, that's exactly how they want you to feel. They've taken God out of the picture. Satan falling from heaven in the garden today. No different. He's the same hideous, ugly demon, power of darkness and his minions that are coming at you today to try to take God out of the picture. Bible says there's a firmament. There's water above that firmament. And where is God? Right there. He's right there. He's not off somewhere in some galaxy far, far away. He's not. He's right there. I'm going to show you 35 seconds of something I put together. This, a little bit more of what that brother showed. These are really, this was done with a P1000 Nikon camera. If you have access to a Nikon P1000, that's how I proved I could see 30 miles across the bay. And that's where Jen sent me down this path. This is a little bit of God's handiwork. These are little stars. These are planets. These are what they really look like. They don't look like what you think they look like and what they're trying to tell you they look like. And the same stars that were in the heavens when Jesus and the apostles looked up are the same stars that you're seeing today. And here's a few seconds of them. Beautiful displays of color and the magnificence of the creation of the heavenly bodies above us. That's what they're trying to hide from you. How people can't see it. Any of it is such a work and tool of satanic powers that I don't know anything that is stronger than that. That's why I spend so much time doing these on Antarctica and all of these that I do. This is the stronghold right here. That's it. I got a few minutes. You got tears. Yeah, Peggy, I agree. You know, guys, if you want to watch that whole thing, it is magnificent. There, on YouTube, you put in Nikon P1000 stars, and you'll see the most beautiful, just all kinds of, or planets, all beautiful colors, and like some colors like you've never, when they cross over, the colors cross, you're like, wait, I don't know if I've ever seen that color. It is that beautiful. It is that beautiful. So, yeah, I like that. A lot of you call that. Jerry just said, wow, off the cuff is off the chain. Yeah, thank you guys. Powerful, powerful thing. Look, I love revealing truth. I've not really told the whole story, but I was in high school and I was in my class, and I was a treasurer, and I was part of student council, and I was a really good student, and I ended up being thrown away because of a truth. And I'll tell you that story someday. I'm a person of truth, and I can't be anything else. If it means the whole world goes against me, I have to be a person of truth. That's who I am. That's why I believe so strongly that Jesus Christ is the Messiah and our Savior. All right, let's see what we got. Did I miss any here? Let me see what we got. Maybe we'll see that during the eclipse. Maybe. I don't know. If you have a Nikon P1000, it would be interesting to see what's up there. I think the most incredible thing, Sheila, is that the stars that you're seeing are the exact stars that our Creator created. Those are them. No matter where you go, you see them. No matter where you are, you see them. Those are the same stars that are that when God came to earth as Jesus. He saw those. That's the disciples saw those. But Martin Luther saw those. The greatest people that lived saw the same stars. It's amazing. It's amazing to me. Think about it. Forever Young. If the sun rises in the east, how can the solar eclipse go from west to east, from north to south? Is that a man-made eclipse? I don't know. It's a very good question. I don't think so. But if you go to, I'm not an expert on this. I don't, Forever Young, I don't profess to be. I'm learned and I'm learning more. But if you go to Dean Odle, Odle, look him up and put what he says about the eclipse. I'm going to do a whole thing on the eclipse on Friday, since it's the following Monday, this Friday on OTC at noon. I'm going to do that. I'm also going to watch some of him, maybe those that can't watch. I can reveal a little bit of what he says. Brilliant man, brilliant. But I wish I had an answer, but look him up. Rob Skiba too, who passed sadly, but he's brilliant. He's all over YouTube and Rumble as well. I hope that helps. Let's see. Will you do a deep dive into the false narrative that I'm doing that Wednesday, Queen Esther. I'm doing that Wednesday. What are you, prophetic over there, little lady? Yeah, I'm doing it. I know a lot about that. I have a lot of information about the Challenger. I'm doing that Wednesday. Wow, mind-blowing stuff. The red snake's tongue can use a T that makes up the word Satan. Bingo. There you go again. Menacing muskrat. Bingo. Absolutely correct. Stars look like they are in water. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, Ronnie, they sure do. And there it is, the waters. Interesting. You guys are smarty pants. Cindy, like FM, yeah, only the higher levels know what's really going on. Same said for N. Yeah, N.A.S.A is the same as F, Mason, yeah. They're all hierarchies, and they're all intertwined. They all overlap each other. That's why AP, Associated Press, dispenses everything. It's a very interesting thing. Very interesting. It's a big club, and we ain't in it. All right, let's see. Who's next? Whatever happened to all the fear around the Bermuda Triangle? They don't need it for rocket landings in the ocean. You've been watching, Maureen. Exactly. I said that last time. I really believe, I've been believing this since 2005, 4. I mean, the beginning, right after 9/11, my eyes got even more open. What they do is the rockets take off, so you guys know, and they go like this. None of them go straight. If they go straight, they're going to smack right into the firmament 100 miles up. So they go like this, and they fear, what Maureen is saying, they gave you such fear. You don't hear about the Bermuda Triangle anymore, but they gave you such fear about it. No ships went there, no planes flew over it. And that's where they landed the ones that go like this, and then they go like that. Very interesting, huh? Do you believe the stars are angels? I don't. I don't, Margaret. I believe the stars are stars. He created the angels. He says he created. If you look at in Genesis, you read it, what he says. That's where you got to go for the foundation here. I don't. I believe angels are angels. I believe stars are stars. Stars are there for light. They're luminaries, along with the moon, the sun, the planets. Okay, let's see. So is there actually such a thing as a falling star, or is an angel falling? No, it's a falling star. I believe, I don't even know if it's a falling star. It could be, I don't know. And they're not going to tell you. It might just be, hey, God saying hi. Hey, guys, hey. And across the sky it goes. I don't know. We're going to find out, though, one day. It's very interesting. I have a wild mind, and I think God is in everything. I see God in everything. So anything like that, that's what I see. The sky is blue because of the water above. Amen, Holly. Amen. I agree. Why, when you see in outer space, they show you the green screen stuff, you don't see stars in the background? It's black. I don't know. They're not only fake, they're not only greedy and dark and demonic, they're stupid. Do you think that space was created to hide the great deception when people think our aliens really died? But yeah, ding, 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 and another ding, and a couple of more ding dings. Absolutely. 100%. 100%. Have you considered doing a Zoom or some equivalent meeting with some kind of whiteboard so you don't have to be as cautious in your decision? Yeah. I'll tell you, Jeanette, I'm actually led by God in everything I do. If I don't feel it, I don't do it. I didn't want to come on here. Two people that are extremely close to me and I trust with my life said, you need to go on there on YouTube because there are people that won't go anywhere else. And those are the people you need to hit. So for those that are hip, and somebody said, what do you mean hip? It's an old word, like those that are savvy, those that are hip to it. Those that are hip and understand what I'm saying, then they understand. But those that aren't hip to it, I've got to give little clues, and that's what I do. That's why I say N.A.S.A. They understand that. So yeah, I would like to. I guess I don't have enough time in a day. Are the FMs good or bad? I'm confused. As in with everything, there are some that when they begin, they do. I actually have some in my family, not my immediate family, but like out there in my family, that they really get into it because of some of the humanitarian things they do. As they progress, though, some have left, but even when you begin, what you have to say an oath that whatever you see, you cannot speak. I mean, so they're thinking it's good. I can't say all FMs are bad. I can't. I know the ones up here are 33, even some masters. I mean, some of these are, but the ones that know about everything, absolutely. But I can't even answer that. I don't think they're all bad. I really don't, Mary. Okay, I'm going to take a few more. How can the stars stay in the same place, yet they are spinning so fast? They're spinning in their area. Okay. It's not that they're spinning around things or not. It's where they are. You saw it. You can go look. You go look and get more. Watch more. So they tell us they're spinning. I was telling my husband today, Donnie, it was a very interesting thing. We were talking about this before I got on. I told him how much I loved my globe in my room, and I would spin it, and I would put tacks in where I was going to visit, and I would measure things, and I loved it. I was actually considering going into astronomy. That's how much I loved it. And then I said I used to lay as a child, like 6, 7, 8 years old, and I would ask my brother or whoever, teachers. I would lay on the grass. I would look up at the stars, and they would tell me that they're so many light years away that by the time their light reaches my eye, they would be extinguished. How many decades later? The same. Little Dipper, Big Dipper, all the stars are still there because God created them, and there they stay. They are a creation. Okay. Let's see. Question. All right. I'm just going to take a couple more. It's 12:51. I've actually got a meeting. Oh, Oh, Roll Tiderman. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but what an interesting comment. Maybe the rockets are landing on the lands beyond the ice wall. That is rather brilliant. That is rather brilliant. Could very well be. Wow. Could very well be. Okay, Mary, I answered that question about the FM's good or bad. Okay. Who is Elon? I don't know. But I sure am curious. On one hand, he's so good. And on one hand, he's so bad. I don't know. Maybe he's actually a creation of someone. I don't know. I really don't know, Nurse Tech. I really don't know. Can we assume that blew up? I can't say all these things. Columbia that blew up was made up. Where are those who are on that? I don't know. But Renee, that's an interesting question. Maybe I will go into that. Let me write that down so I don't forget that. I'm going to do on the Challenger, since I'm down this road and we're all in the eclipse and all that stuff is happening. So Renee, I'm going to investigate that. Excellent question. The giant projector must be at the North Pole. I don't know if there's a projector. I mean, if suddenly we start seeing fake things in the sky, then there is. But that's a really good spot since on a real map, supposedly the North Pole's in the middle. Yeah. Lot going on. I want to tell you something. And this is what happens to me. I've been doing shows in Antarctica before nobody was doing them. I did one 3 months ago, and all of a sudden people are doing it. I did one to another one 2 months ago on Rumble. And then what happens is they're everywhere. Now, people I don't trust are doing them. Now I'm going to go to the North Pole. That's where I'm going. I'm going to do a whole show on the North Pole. Because when they look over here, I look over there. That's me. I'm a very highly critical thinker. All right, I'm going to Polaris. Very interesting thing. I'm going to include that as well. I've got to do that. That's I'm going to do that with the North Pole. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go down. I just got to get to the bottom here. I don't see any. Maybe I'm going too fast. He said that. Oh. Let me tell you what's happening, Natalie. You guys, if you guys been following me for a while, you know I answer every email. I am so swamped between prayer requests, which I get to, high on my list, and I send them to Dennis, and some I send to the team. Between that and people on YouTube that are the new people that are writing to me, Natalie, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I am in deep. I'm in deep. I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to catch up and maybe just start over. But this is what Natalie said. I sent you an email on an interview done on her grandson of Operation Paperclip rocket scientist. He said that von Braun was secretly sent to the Roswell, New Mexico event. Von Braun knew of the lands beyond. Wow. I do believe that. I believe he did. I believe from just looking at his gravestone that he was tormented. It was almost like, let me give the truth in my death. Maybe that will cover some of what the fake stuff I've said. And that is a very good question. And can you resend that, Natalie? Can you resend that email to me, please? And put resend in capitals on the top. Thanks. Take some phases. Yeah. It takes the same faith to believe in space as it does the Bible. Yeah, good statement. It does. I don't know if it's a question, but it's a good statement. Okay, I'm gonna kind of end this. I'm gonna go to the bottom. Did Von Braun mention a book? I didn't see that. Now I'm gonna go up, guys. I'm sorry. There's just so many that I'm sorry I can't see them all. I'm gonna look into that about the Elon thing. Wow, there's another thing there. Yikes, some of these. Is the big E ether? Sean, I'm still waiting for it. I don't know. Might be. Okay. Chemtrail's going to be doing a show on that as well. I'm breaking it apart. Okay, guys, that's it. I've got to blow this pop stand. Thank you so much for being involved in my adventure of finding truth on YouTube. Thank you for your support. And I love you all dearly. I love this community with all my heart. If you want to support us in what we're doing with the gathering and everything we're doing, we have a fundraiser at joyandcountry.com. Free shipping. I call Jenna's on because our daughter Jenna is the one that came up with that. I'm wearing your Worth It top. It's also in black and dark magenta. This color's, I wish it's not this blue. It's more of a teal. Also, guys, if you wanted this and you didn't get it, the Somnambula One necklace with the jewel and the feather, she's got some in, and they're going to go like that. When I tell you, by the time we get off, they'll be gone. Go there. Go to Delora's Closet. You'll see it. Go to jewelry. You'll find this. Go to all the collections, whatever, your Worth It top, wherever. Also, she said tonight, it ends at midnight, guys. This is a big one. It's a spring sale. Discounts up to 20%. And the sale even applies to sale stuff. Okay. All right, guys. If you want to follow me, go in the description. Join Country. The links are in the description as well. I love you dearly. Can't wait to unravel the Challenger with you on Wednesday. Maybe we even go down the road of the Columbia. I don't know. We'll see where it takes us. Thank you again for your support. Thank you for following me and being with me as we move on this journey together. My God, lead us into all truth. Remember, go in the power of God. All right, everybody. Have a great day.